Coal India, that's another one which is currently in focus. A lot of talk in terms of labour issues as well. You have the e-auction to power companies, and this is one stock which has been in focus. Let's join in the management. Mr. N.C. Jha, CMD at Coal India, joins us on the phone line from Kolkata. Mr. Jha, you are planning to offer your entire quota of 4 million tonne of coal to be sold via e-auction to power companies. Will this coal be sufficient to meet the needs of the power companies which are facing severe fuel shortage?
No, as far as the economic impact is concerned, it is not going to impact in a negative way, because the overall target for e-auction is 10% of our produce. At the end of the year, we need to sell 10% through e-auction. That we endeavor to do. In order to facilitate power sector to have more coal, to win over the current scarcity of coal, we have said that we will offer the e-auction quota for the current month, which works out to about 4 million tonne, to the power sector on the condition that they need to lift it by their own means from as-is where-is basis.
Right.
So that means that when e-auction buyers take coal through road and they pick up through trucks, the power sector also will have to do the same thing. If some power consumers are ready to lift that, they will be lifting. But if some are not in a position to do that, then they will forego that. In that case, that coal will be again offered to e-auction, because we cannot afford to keep the coal lying at our stock.
Right.
But in the case all the 4 million tonne is lifted by power sector consumers, then that will be allowed to be done.
Right. Mr. Jha, your workers have also gone on a 3-day strike. How will this impact your production and revenues? No, actually, I wanted to understand that the whole, before I get into the labour union part, I want to understand about the coal supplies. What we understand is that now you are looking at diverting coal supplies to power companies. How will this affect other sectors?
See, a balance has to be made. Some power plants have stocks of as high as 25 days, while some other have got of 1 day only. The average stock holding in power sector in the thermal power plants, 86 of them, is 8 days. Now 8 days doesn't mean it is critical. But if you analyze the individual power plants, about 44 of them are in critical stocks. So the balance, which is be about 42, they are quite comfortable. So what is the harm in restricting supply to such power plants which are already having high stocks, and then push little more to those who are having less stock? This is the way we always work. This is done on weekly basis. Every week there is a subgroup in Ministry of Coal which looks at the stock positions in different power plants and accordingly decides which power plants should be given more coal and which should be restricted. That's a normal phenomenon. In addition to that, we are providing this e-auction facility, e-auction coal facility.
Right. Mr. Jha, now, a word on my earlier question, which is that your workers have gone on a 3-day strike. How will this impact your production, and then eventually how will this hit your revenue line?
We had a strike on 10th of this month, and due to a strike, we lost about 8 lakh tonne of coal. The normal production is 1 million tonne. That day only 0.2 million tonne could be produced. So 0.8 million means 8 lakh tonne coal could not be produced. So that was the impact of strike on coal availability. The supply was about 3 lakh tonnes. So supply got reduced by about, again, 8 lakh tonnes. The financial impact of that is about 100 crore of rupees. So, but that doesn't mean that this production or loss in production cannot be made up. We have about 5.5 months time left, and during this period, we will ramp up production with all the available resources, and whatever loss we incurred due to 1-day strike will be made up during the available time.
Right. Mr. Jha, but your workers are demanding a wage hike and a 57% increase in bonuses. Is it feasible for Coal India to meet these demands?
the current strike was for increase in bonus.
Right.
We had increased the bonus by about same percent as the profit of the company had increased. But they were demanding much more. That we didn't agree, so they went for strike. Now, we need to resolve that. We'll sit together and resolve this issue. As far as wage increase is concerned, we had one meeting of JBCCI on this aspect. And different trade unions had different demands. We advised them to sit together and frame a common demand so that we can work out what will be the impact of their demand on the company. And then we can further discuss and negotiate. So they need to come up. I think they have already made some consensus. They will put up to us in the next meeting. Then we'll discuss what impact it will have.
But Mr. Jha, what we want to understand is a 57% hike in bonuses that Coal India will consider. How will you work it out, and how will you work around that number?
See, we need to discuss and come to a mutual agreement. 57 is too high. 13 what we have given appears to them too low. So we will discuss and see what could be the way out. Its impact will be only in about 150 crores or so, additional impact.
Okay, Mr. Jha, thanks very much for taking time out. Appreciate you taking the time. So that's Coal India saying that they are not going to see any impact of selling coal via e-auction to power companies, and the fact that power companies must lift the coal offered via e-auction, and that the average coal stock holding by power companies is about 8 days or so. They're also talking about the revenue loss of about 100 crores due to the strike on October 10th.